Hi everyone. So I'm like perceiving some thoughts right now about Facebook and people being able to have an account on Facebook, but some people that have an account with Facebook are not authorized to access their Facebook account because of of another organization. And I just I gathered a thought right now that said something like that's kind of like equivalent to someone saying they cannot access their iCloud account. So my cousin, he's in a he's in a mental institution as far as I know, and these guys won't even allow him to access his Facebook account, which has all of his contacts. And on Facebook, we're able to make phone calls, we're able to communicate with friends and family members. And according to Facebook, they're really against us going on Facebook and friending everyone unless we know them. And then they even send notifications to users like, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Do you know this person? So these organizations that are doing this type of thing to people, is it right? Is it like moral? And like it just makes us see how scandalous people can become. Like these organizations are doing it for money. They don't want these people out of these institutions. They want to continue making that money. And I think that even if they are in there, I believe they should have full access to their social media accounts, especially Facebook, because it's like a family thing as far as Facebook is concerned. Even friends, having friends. And if these organizations are against these people going to Facebook because they're communicating with friends, well, Facebook can create parental controls where they're able to only communicate with family members, especially if they're in a special institution for the meantime or whatever the case may be. See what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we all understand you're in this institution, and this institution requires, for people not to be on Facebook for these reasons, and then they can be stated. It's all legal documentation. But for them to take away their freedom to communicate with family members is just not right. Because he told me that basically they removed all of his contacts, or he just doesn't have any contacts, any numbers or anything like that. Because people don't remember people's numbers these days. Everything is with like iCloud and, like Google and stuff like that. Facebook. So I think there's a lot of people out there pretending like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, where the fuck is the CIA and all this? Like, people are playing with other people's emotions and feelings and their livelihood. And I'm not only speaking for my cousin, but for everyone out there. Because who knows how many other people are in institutions or whatever. And, like, that's why I believe so strongly in the digital ID. And I believe that we should all be working towards that. Because it's a matter of security and for each person. And if we were forced to be submitted into an organization like that, would we like to be treated that way? We have to ask ourselves that. And if we wouldn't like to be treated that way, then we need to create something to look out for each other. See what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm saying is not a joke. I know what I'm talking about is, some people can make it appear like it's a joke or it's not serious or whatever, but it is serious. And I believe that we should be working towards that at all costs. And we are being monitored and recorded, all our progress. So people know if they're receiving the runaround or not from all these companies out there as well. Because we really have to think about our own futures, our own lives. Because what if we have, what if God permits us to have a full life, full length of days type of life, like the Bible describes it, and we find ourselves like in an old men's institution, like like where older people go, like that, and like we're just right there. There's televisions, there's games, there's swimming pools, jacuzzi, you name it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's cool. But what if that organization decided to withdraw everything from them? And what if you could be one of those people in the future? So it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter what you've done or whatever. You have to ask yourself, is it right for an organization to treat you in such a way, such a manner, or whatever, to take away your rights? And because I know these people are probably on their phones and they're searching the web and all that. And it's super cold out here. It's like 30 degrees outside. So cold that I even went to the kitchen right now and I made myself. I heated up some water. That's all I did. I just heated up water like if I was brewing coffee. I didn't add any coffee though. Just heated up some water to heat up my body, to warm my body up because it's cold. And I have 2 candles, and I got so cold that I lit up another 2, so I have 4 candles up there by the Nike sign. So yeah, like, and then we hear people that forget stuff. I think it's called Alzheimer's. And like, what happens to people like that? Like, they should be able to go to their digital account, their digital ID, and maybe go through images of friends and family that they once knew, or as far as they can remember. You know what I mean? So, like, if they see someone that they know, they can, like, click on the button, the image or whatever, and there could be different, like, corresponding actions, different options. But I don't know if that could lead to, like, issues, but everything is tested and troubleshooted. So, but my cousin did get the opportunity to call me. Well, he didn't call me, he called Ken. And everyone already knows Ken is a man that we all have met when we were younger as kids. Me and my family. And my cousin Lewis is actually the one that met him first. We would go around knocking on people's doors, asking if we could, like, break up leaves and little things like that to make money. So he called him, but he doesn't really want to talk to my cousin, so he just decides not to answer because now Ken he's hard of hearing, so he has an app or something on his phone that creates subtitles on live communication, and it does it to the best of its ability. So he said it helps him a lot. Like, he doesn't even have to hear or try to hear the sound or the words that people are saying. He just reads whatever the phone is saying, you know, like the subtitles. But yeah, like, it's like if I'm being tested, it's like if Ken is telling me, hey, your cousin's calling, and it's up to you if you really want to call him. It's like people are fishing, trying to figure out what I want or don't want. Because I love my cousin, and he loves me just as much, if not more, honestly. But I think we all love each other, like, dearly, all of us. But it's just, like, little things like that that trip me out. Because why didn't my cousin just call me? But I'm not upset or anything. Maybe he just doesn't know my number. Or, there has to be a reason why. And it's like people are, like, listening to us and quickly strategizing against what we say. That's how sometimes I feel. Like the gods are just fucking with us because they don't have nothing better to do. But that's why life is so short as well, though. Because people would probably do some scandalous ass shit like that. Like, start fucking with people's heads and shit. That type of thing. Because the Bible, it says it clearly, like, you guys know the story of Job, right? In the Bible, Satan and Satan, Lucifer, whatever, and God, they plotted against Lucifer. And they're like, yeah, God was like, yeah, go ahead and fuck with him, kill his fucking family, do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't fucking touch Job. And Lucifer was like, all right. And that's exactly what he did. He killed everything. He destroyed everything that Job had. And God was just like, whatever about it. Apparently. It's just like the same effect that God had towards his son as he was suffering on the cross for the sins of the world. Like, fuck it, my son's over there suffering, but I can't do shit about it. And it sounds fucked up, but I mean, there's something going on as far as the Bible's concerned. Unless we're all fucking just tripping the fuck out and, believing fantasies or some shit. But I personally believe in the Bible. I believe in the Bible. But, like, we have to understand the differences as well. Because the Bible says that we have to be smart, like serpents, and harmless, like doves. Because who knows who the fuck is plotting against who and shit like that. I don't know. Like snakes. They're plotting about ways to like capture their prey. That type of thing. So I don't know. But that at least that's what I gather. But my mind could just play tricks on me sometimes. Maybe it's just me. And I know that it is me. And we're all in the same boat. All of us. We all make like this roughly the same amount of money, while everyone else, as we know it, has a lot of money. So that's why I come up with all the shit that I come up with and why I share it. Because money speaks louder than words. And with it, people can do just about anything with it. So we could just imagine what people are doing with all their wealth and shit. Because I know for damn sure if I had money, I wouldn't be living this life. And that goes with everyone in this world. But anyway, so like we really have to connect everything, our accounts and stuff like that. Because what is it? What is it? It's called effective communication in all regards. That's what it really comes down to. And by my sister just texted me at 4:51. Like they're over here watching me and shit. Anyways, it's all about effective communication. And that's what the digital ID is all about. Connecting everything. And that's exactly what Google's doing. And who knows how many other companies out there are doing the same thing. Because for someone just to go on the phone, well, that's going to cell towers and it's all connected. And obviously, there's voice recognition, there's GPS coordinates, facial recognition, the whole 9 yards. So, really, there's nothing to worry about, especially nowadays with all the technology we have, and that is accessible to every single user, individual subject in the world, no matter what side of the token we are on. We all fall under that category by default. So I believe that every person should be able to access their contacts, especially when they're making a fucking phone call. Whether it's Facebook contacts, cellular phone contacts of prior or history of having a phone or whatever, any form of contacts should be displayed and made available. Even if they're not fucking browsing through fucking the Facebook fucking feed. It won't even go to that. It would just be contacts. The contacts. It would just pull up all the contacts. So it's like, it might not be stressful to some people because they don't have to go through that. But if we are the ones to have to go through that, then it becomes stressful, depressing. It can get us fired up. It can get us wild up. It can pump up that adrenaline within us. And he's in a mental fucking institution. So don't get fucking crazy with him. If he gets crazy and upset and he, attempts or tries to express his feelings and his anger, you know, and that's probably one of the causes why people in these institutions get into trouble, because the staff, they don't give a fuck. They're just doing their job. They have no idea how any of this shit works. They're fucking retarded as fuck. And all they're doing is taking orders. Like, hey, bro, like, I don't know. Like, your phone time is over. Like, and, we have other people in line or whatever their job task is. You know, I don't know, but they're just following rules. No one knows shit. So we're all left confused. We're all left like wondering. But life should be simple. Shouldn't be fucking complicated. But all I know is that everywhere people go, for the most part, their daily needs are met. Because I know mine were, and probably always will, when I was in juvenile hall, when I went to jail, when I was charged as an adult from juvenile hall to reception to prison. Everywhere I've gone, God has provided for me. So I know that's true for everyone else, and I hope it is. And most likely, I know that it is. So, like, that never crosses my mind regarding any of my family members or, like, anyone out there. But, like, I'm not God. I don't know what everyone is thinking. I don't know what everyone is going through and stuff like that. I'm just Francisco. And I'm like that employee that doesn't know shit. Just here in my room, minding my own business. Because that's all I can do. See, we all have our limitations and stuff like that. But we shouldn't be limited when it comes to our contacts. So, people out there, resolve it, fix it.